A single guy managed to interest me, and of course only virtually. Only virtually. His name was Armando, and he was an engineering student from my age. And after a few jokes in chat, he almost immediately agreed to call me. I didn't even have a cell phone at the time, practically, unless given the secluded life I was leading. So, with enormous risk to my privacy, I agreed to give him my phone number, my home number. Long conversations began, which often lasted late into the night, even 3 or 4 times each week. Armando was a gay single man boy, but dedicated to all the pleasure of one of our peers living in the center of Naples. I listened to him, dreaming in my turn, while he talked to me about his nights at the disco, his many occasional lovers, his favorite pop songs. I learned and imbibed like a sponge with jargon of youth, with adventures and behaviors that before then had seemed to me to belong only to a world of fantasy. Armando seemed to be quite intrigued by my person, even if I categorically refused to meet him or send him a picture of me. This only attracted him more, and I preferred not to disappoint him by always keeping him on edge for fear of losing him. In the end, I confessed I was in love with him, but only with a shadow, only for the possibility of an impossible love. The epilogue of our ambiguous relationship resembles the end of every other long-term friends relationship of mine. Thanks to his many contacts, Armando learned of an academy I attended in Chiaia a few years after graduating, Chiaia in province of Naples. One day he called me from his car from afar, later confessing that he had known about me with a series of research worthy of the best serial investigator. I ran away, concealed his contacts. He never forgave me and since then refused any other request from me to retrace his steps. From the episodes just told you, it could undoubtedly be deduced that I was the first to be aware of a certain latent homosexuality. The problem is that I was not attracted to all these guys sexually, only emotionally. I was missing a male figure, and for this, I had a hunger that even approached the sentimental anthropology. They seemed to perceive it. After the first contact made of glances and small nods of approach, they retreated as soon as I was the first to move a muscle in my face. I opened my twisted lips to hiss a sound of half-word. From these post-adolescent lessons, I have learned that love is a natural thing created by reason as a superstructure of sexual attraction. You can arouse love in the other human being, but only on condition that you show a psychophysical sanity that seduced him and appears compatible with the mating and rearing of the future offspring. In homosexual or deviant relationships, this chain of events doesn't change. If friendship is in fact an economic relationship based on mutual material benefit, affectivity also wants its benefits. I was a visibly handicapped and unstable boy. Consequently, the Cupid ex machina, so much publicized by novels and advertising, would never have dropped specifically for me to tear me away from a state of pestilential contagion that had already darkened future years. Was it I who ran away and destroyed the interest of others in the bud? I don't really doubt. With the university period, my very brief hint of spring also died out. I was perhaps too unprepared for all those colors, that otherworldly beauty, that visceral tremor that made me dizzy and forced me to hide, while the other peers courageously followed the affective evolutions most suited to them. Not that since then I have tried and tried again, with, within the limits of my strengths, to get closer to the forbidden world that still attracted me. Um, I could never have been a woman and win a man's heterosexual affection, but at least the male-like affection of a homosexual would have defeated the cold that blackened my heart. In both cases, I ran into the shadow of an unnatural reality that both on one side and on the other rejects sick, antisocial, and doomed organisms. I am grateful that those years are over and that their short, distant ray of sunshine has definitely disappeared under the sterile clouds of demographic decline. Thank you for listening to me. See you in the next video.